Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, She Wants Men to Approach Just to Reject Them. Let's get right into it.
Why is it if you're out in public, right, and you see a girl, give them a little smile, why don't you just like start a conversation?
There's an epidemic of men not approaching women at the bar. Let's talk about it. That's good.
But I've also seen with other best friends them approach a girl and her be really horrible, even though I know they were so polite to her. So it's tricky, guys. I feel like there are issues on both sides.
I kept looking at him, like I kept giving him the hint, like, you know what I'm saying? And he just would not budge. But he kept locking eyes with me, and he would not walk up to me.
Comfortable even some men are to like walk up to you. It's like I've seen guys stare at me like the whole night, and I'm like, you are still never gonna fucking say anything?
Isn't that crazy?
It's
They'll
so
just
annoying.
Stare, like as if you're supposed to make the first move.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's right, guys. We will continue to hold the line. It looks like a lot of women are finally ready to break, and we got them right where we want them.
Thank you to everyone who commented. I am still like very fascinated by this. I should have prefaced with saying I get approached a lot in public. And the comment about the audacity, the people who are approaching me, I don't want to be rude. I'll address that later because I don't know how to, I want to come up with a nicer way of saying this. I have a follow-up question. So again, this is for men who are dating, specifically for men who approach women in public. Yes, tell me, come here. Tell me more about yourself. Like what, why, how, who, what, where, why, how. I want to know.
I don't know what's going on, and somebody please tell me if you know, but like men no longer approach women, right? Like you'll be somewhere and you'll catch a homie like staring at you, right, from across the room. Leave that vicinity and never say anything to you. And then somehow, some way, find a way to pop up on you, whether he knows you or not, and hint at maybe having some kind of interest in you. And then it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I need to know.
You're supposed to approach. If we give you a hint, that means come talk to us, okay? Women, y'all made it clear. Y'all don't want anyone to approach you anymore. Y'all made it clear. Oh my God. Like, I just reacted to a video of a girl that pretended like she spoke another language when someone approaches her. So, men, we don't want to go through this, right? And one of the previous messages on one of the prior videos talked about how a guy said, like, there's not a constant message, right? Some women say approach, some women say don't approach. Men, the way we are, we're just going to just not approach, to be on the safe side. We have to be on the safe side when it comes to women right now, okay? There's way too many movements, the 4B movement, Me Too movement, Me 3 movement. There's way too many movements to consider, and we're not trying to ruffle any feathers, okay? We're trying to be as innocuous as possible. That's a safe place. You know, the safe space for men to mind our business. That's our safe space is minding our business. We're going to look at you. We're going to stare at you. And we're going to try to give you as much hints as we can as possible. And if you don't approach, then something must be wrong with you. Because women, y'all don't fail when y'all approach men. I've rarely seen, I don't want to say never. I've rarely seen a woman get shot down for approaching. Okay? If you get shot down for approaching, you're clearly batting out of your league, okay? Yeah, stick to someone you think you can actually get one. Don't be shooting your shot at Chris Brown and expecting Chris Brown to go for you. It ain't gonna work. Hey, listen up, Safe Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
And then it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like,
I need to know something because I want to know if it's just like where I live or if it's a universal thing. I just feel like men don't approach women anymore. And I want to know, is it just where I live? And I live in Rhode Island, so I want to know, like, do men approach women in other cities? Because I feel like when I talk to other women from different like cities, like more like popular cities, men approach them. But like here, I just don't get that vibe. So I want to know. Because when I go into other cities, men approach me. But like here, it's like, I don't know. I don't get that vibe.
All right, this is a question for the men and the men only. If you see a girl that you think it's pretty, do you hesitate on going to talk to her? Do you start getting in your head thinking she might reject me? She might think I'm not cute? Or do you not care about nothing and you risk everything and you go and talk to her? I need to know, just for research purposes.
That's why I'm like, okay, and that's why I wanted to talk about this with you, because I'm like, if I feel this way, there's so many other people in the world that are feeling this way. And if anything, more and more as like social media becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and dating apps, the more people feel uncomfortable to talk to you in real life. And I'm like someone that's very, very much like passionate about like, I have Raya, but like I've never went on a date from a dating app. Not that I like judge it or anything. I just have this weird internal knowing that like I'm gonna meet someone in real life, like organically through friends. That's how I've always met everyone. But then now it's like the more people are going on social media, the more uncomfortable even some men are to like walk up to you. It's like I've seen guys stare at me like the whole night, and I'm like, you are still never gonna fucking say anything?
Isn't that crazy?
It's
They'll
so
just
annoying.
Stare, like as if you're supposed to make the first move.
Yeah, I'm like,
that is so normalized. Yeah, I totally agree with you, because right now everyone is so behind the keyboards on the dating apps, like on the paywall platforms. Like there's so many ways that we're just disconnecting from other people and losing, honestly, that sense of like that social aspect, that social lubricant, whatever it is that makes you be able to go around a room and talk to strangers and all this, that confidence essentially. And
men are no longer approaching women on the road. I feel like they've lacking confidence in that area now.
And I think the internet did that though, because I think the internet makes them scared.
Because back in the day,
the internet made them scared.
I think it's the internet.
Yeah.
They don't want to be put online. Say, oh, this creepy man stops me.
Give you an example. You go to a gym, that's male dominated.
Yeah.
How many men come and talk to you there?
None.
There you go. And you know why that is? Because a lot of them will go on TikTok. They will see these videos.
Yeah, Joey Tool.
Yeah, they'll see the videos of women saying, "Alright, don't talk to men." And then instantly, it just makes all of them go tunnel vision.
Guys, it has literally got so bad for women with this issue of men approaching that we even got little Miss Annie out here trying to explain it to women. Bless her heart.
Men are not.
Before she explains, let me say this, because it's so interesting. Y'all always make it about confidence. Aren't you confident? You guys, according from last time I checked, women y'all the most educated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't need no man. Y'all rather choose the bear. Okay? You got this all on your own, right? You're equals. If you're equals, approach us. Well, how come you're not approaching us? We've been staring at you. We've been giving you hints. Are you lacking confidence? Besides, when it comes down to it, even if a guy likes a girl, he's not the one that can make the decision. I can't just get with any girl I like. This is why when it comes to being a man, a ladies' man, a player, whatever people call it, it's about a man that's always chosen by women. So women, do us a favor and just choose us, because y'all do the choosing anyway. Women do the choosing. And men, we just accept what we get. We're very simple. We're practical. We're very logical about this. Very few men feel like they're going to be with their dream girl. Right? Our dream girl doesn't care that she's our dream girl. She doesn't care. Okay? But we could care if we're your dream guy. We could care about that. Oh, I'm your dream guy. I'm the kind of guy you're fascinated about. That can make the difference. That might be able to, move. That might be able to, what do they call it? Move the pen? Move the needle. Sorry. That might be able to move the needle. You feel me? So, I think about this all the time, and it's just so hard for me to understand. And I guess because women are just not logical. Y'all just emotional, and y'all hold on to some traditions and then give away others. Y'all want to hold on to the tradition of men approaching women, but y'all want to give away the tradition of women only sleeping with one man her entire life. Pick and choose. You guys are confusing. Okay? Do y'all want traditional men? Yes or no? If you do want traditional men, be traditional women. But if y'all want modern men, if y'all want to be modern women, accept modern men. In these modern times now, you have to approach. You have to. It's everybody safe that way. Let's keep everybody safe. Let's keep everybody happy. And stop being worried that we might reject you. We might reject you. Okay? But stop being worried about that.
Approaching women because they're afraid of the woman calling him a freak or weird or creep or threatening, when he is probably, in most cases, just trying to have a simple interaction and get her number or start a conversation. But I've seen so many TikToks where a woman will go viral for telling a story about how a man came up to her and said something very normal, but she calls him a freak and calls him weird or threatening or whatnot, probably because she just didn't find him attractive. But at the same time that's happening, women really want men to make the first move because they want an assertive man who's brave enough to come talk to a stranger. So I totally understand both perspectives, but they clash. So what do we do about this scenario? No one's talking to anyone, no one's getting any numbers. What do we do?
There's an epidemic. There's an epidemic of men not approaching women at the bar. Let's talk about it.
That's good.
Thank you.
I'm not really quite sure.
Men are afraid of being rejected. We are not going to reject.
Some girls will. Men are so afraid of being rejected, but I bet you 90% of the women will actually not reject you if you approach them right.
And what's the right way? Not coming up to me saying, "Hi, what's your name?" and putting your hand out to shake my hand.
Also, like, don't come off too strong. If you're like coming over and saying, "You're so beautiful," like, I'm immediately like scared.
Yeah. Like, now I know your intention is you want to date me, even though you don't even know me.
Yeah.
Or that you want to hook up. That ain't gonna work.
Regardless, like, I'm going to be nice to you and I'm definitely going to give you a chance, but like, that might not result in like your end goal. I would still not consider that rejection.
The best way to approach a girl is approaching her the way that a girl would approach a man. And that is by approaching them as a stranger, just trying to like ask them something, or merging friend groups. You're not coming like solo.
It's like a friend thing. I'm literally just looking to like be your friend, see what happens.
You overheard what they were talking about and you're like, that's a crazy statement. And now like you're in their conversation. Now your friends are gonna join. Boom, now you're in. If guys were to start approaching girls that way,
it would be so much more casual.
But it doesn't feel like rejection.
No.
Real quick before I go into class, because I'm already late. But can someone explain to me why men will see you in person out, have multiple opportunities to interact with you, right? I'm not talking about we at a, Usher concert and it's thousands of people and you see me across the room. I'm talking about we're in a small, intimate setting. We're at a lounge. We're at a bar. We're at a Friendsgiving. Whatever the case may be, right? They see you for hours. They don't show any interest. They don't say anything. And then when the night is over, after they've seen you all night, had multiple opportunities to interact with you, they get on their phone and send you a message. Or they send your friend a message to be like, yo, your friend that had the blue shirt, tell her like, you saw me all night and said nothing. Why?
Some men really don't approach women anymore because of social media. And they know that they might be able to find you online or find women that look like you online, so they never feel like they're at a loss because all they have to do is go on social media and DM a few people and they have motion. And that's sad, because back in the day, if you saw a woman, you better go say something to her, because you don't know, like, you didn't know if you were going to ever see her again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now she hit it on the head. Women put it in easy mode for men just to approach them, in the DMs. It's easier. It's more discreet. Guys don't have to feel like they're going to be publicly embarrassed. And most importantly, women reply back. So ladies, if you don't like men hitting you up in the DMs, tell women to stop responding to men in the DMs. But we all know they're not going to do that because they need any type of male validation.
I truly believe that social media has ruined how men court women. Like, when you meet guys in person, a lot of the times they do not know how to approach you, but online they're so quick. It's easy for them. Type. I like to meet people in person rather than social media, because I have a little personality on social media and I don't like people to approach me based off of that instantly. because they sexualize it. But in person, it's like, it's raw, uncut.
You have a little personality on social media. What in the world does that mean? What? You got an OF? What do you mean you got a little personality? You don't want people to sexualize you. You already know she's clapping cheeks on her Instagram. You already know she's thotting it up and talking about she got a little personality. No, you got a little bit of clothes on. That's what you got. I'm going to comment on a few girls. I'll let a few videos play by. One girl talked about how, she's seen a bunch of viral videos of women talking about a guy that they rejected. Yeah, we don't want to become one of your viral videos. We don't want to find out that we went viral for being rejected, okay? Men, we never do this. We never reject a girl and then go on and make a 2-part, 3-part, 4-part TikTok about rejecting you. But this is what women do. They'll reject the guy, say they have no interest, but then take that juicy story and make a bunch of videos about it. We don't want to be a part of that, okay? Especially because y'all usually bring up receipts and show names and all this stuff and embarrass us. We don't want no part of that. Okay? Second part is, a girl talked about how easy it is to approach women, and it's like, no, it's not. And then she went on and said, oh, well, don't approach us like this, and make sure you approach us like that, but don't do this, and don't come off like that because you might not get what you want, and I might reject you, but it's not really rejection, and I don't look at that as rejection. It's like, that's way too confusing. Right there, it's exactly why we don't approach. You guys have complicated this thing, and it's way, way too complicated. Okay? Another girl said, oh, well, back in the day, women used to do this. And anytime a girl says back in the day, I'm like, y'all are not the women from back in the day. Please stop with this whole back in the day men used to do this, and back in the day women used to do that. And y'all don't do that. So please, y'all are not like the women of the past. Please, please, please. You guys are a lot more slutty, a lot more promiscuous. You guys are prostitutes. So many of y'all are prostitutes, okay? OF, like every girl has an OF. Like it's so common for me. And a lot of girls don't even make any money on OF. So they're showing they're behind and you're not even making any bread. So you're broke. You're a broke prostitute. Okay? Last but not least, the whole DM thing. It is easier to shoot our shot in the DM. Why? Because do you need real courage to copy and paste a message you sent to 5 other girls? No, you don't need any courage for that. You don't need no liquid courage. You don't need to be drunk to send a DM. I like online dating. I know a lot of people don't like online dating, but the reason why I like it is because I achieve a lot of things all at once. One, I can decide whether I'm interested in you or not. If I'm not interested in you, then I won't match with you. I can filter things that I can't filter in person. When I meet a girl, if I holler at a girl, I have no idea if she has kids or not. She don't have something written on her forehead. I have kids or don't. She don't have that. She don't have anything written on her forehead if she's agnostic or if she believes in God or not, right? Or if she's atheist, right? Because those are deal breakers for me. If you don't believe in God or you don't know if God exists, I really don't want to go through the trouble of convincing you that God exists. I'd rather start off with the basic presumption that God exists, right? That we both have those values in our life. And a lot of girls that do have those values just still don't work out. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if you don't. It's not going to be any better, presumably. And the last thing, well, at least when it comes, and the last thing about DMing girls and communicating online is that, if you don't respond in a certain amount of time, we can just unsend the message. I like this feature of Instagram. When people play around, act like, oh, well, I'm not going to respond, I'm going to wait it out. And Instagram says that you've been online for 30, 40 minutes, and I sent the message an hour ago, 2 hours ago, but you were online recently, I'll just unsend it. How about that? Now I didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? So I can take it back. We could take it back. We could take back our holler at you. You know what I'm saying? We could take back our shot. You can't unshoot your shot in person, but on Instagram you can unshoot your shot. Okay? And so these are the benefits of it. They are. Okay? Especially if you're a man and you have a lot of value and your Instagram's popping, you got motion, you can use it as leverage. Right? Men, we like leverage. We like that our life, we could do less work. We could use our lifestyle to do most of the heavy lifting. I like that I could use my social media to do most of the heavy lifting. If a girl meets me and she knows I'm popping on YouTube, it's way easier to seduce her. Or when I used to be popping on Instagram. If you guys, anybody check my Instagram, you'll see that I used to be a photographer for 8 years. I used to shoot a lot of models. And I won't lie, I didn't do this intentionally at first because I was posting on Instagram trying to get more business, more clients. I had no idea how it was going to affect my dating life. Being a model photographer affected my dating life so much. That was a period of my life where I was sleeping with hot girls left and right. It was literally my best run. And I still have a good run now, but back then it was like all at once, And I never had to sell myself. It's because women could see that I was pre-selected. I was working with all these beautiful women. And in fact, a lot of women would say, those girls, like the models you work with, they become like your props. Like, cause after a photo shoot, I'll post with the girl and I might put my elbow or arm on top of her shoulder, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I'll take the picture with her. And a lot of girls will say, like, these girls are just your props. Because you see me a lot of... Go on my Instagram, you'll see. I'm not even going to go bring up a picture. You go on my Instagram, you'll see. There's a lot of girls I'm taking pictures with. And girls used to tell me they're like your props, okay? And it made it easier for me, okay? So, yes, there's so many advantages to online dating. Even your dating app. If your dating app has a lot of great pictures, a lot of good bios and blah, blah, you don't have to keep selling yourself. In person, it's kind of odd now because you have to kind of like, oh, so what do you do? What do you work? You know what I'm saying? How tall are you? Like, you know, let me see like pictures of you and your friends. Let me see pictures of your lifestyle. What are you into? All that's communicated on one page on a dating app or one page on your Instagram. Like, it's so much more efficient. I really don't want to go back to... I don't mind meeting girls in person, but I like meeting girls online. I'm one of the few people. Maybe because I had a lot of success. And that's the last thing I want to address about that too. Women, y'all, the girl said, one of the two white girls laying in the bed, she was saying, oh yeah, I guarantee 90% of the time the girl's going to accept you shooting your shot. That is not true. I don't know where she got on math from. Clearly that's girl math, because we know for a fact as men that 80% of women find only 20% of men attractive. Most women don't find that many men attractive. At least men find women attractive 50% of the time. Half and half. Either we find attractive or we don't. But that's 50-50. It's a 50-50 chance. When it comes to girls, there's an 80-20%, there's a 20% chance she's going to find you attractive. And an 80% chance she's not going to. So the odds are actually more stacked up against us. Again, men, we're more logical, okay? We could date you even if you're not the hottest girl. A lot of women want to date a man who's idealistic, right? Because women date for ideals, right? So men were realistic daters. Women are idealistic daters. They want the man he has to be the best in bed. She's very attracted to him. He knows how to communicate emotions, but he's not soft. Like, you guys, you think you want things that are in opposite of each other. He gets with a bunch of girls, but he only wants you. Right? So he could cheat, but he refuses to because he pedestalized you, even though he don't have to pedestalize you because he got a bunch of girls and he got a bunch of money and he can have any girl he wants, but he only wants you. You guys literally have this idealistic view of how your love life is going to go, how a relationship is going to go. Men were more realistic. We realized that a girl could be very pretty, but her punani can stink, and therefore she's not necessarily the best choice. A girl could be very pretty, but she's a bitch, and so we don't want to deal with her. A girl could be very pretty, but my friends will get along with her and she's rude to my parents. We could be very realistic about this. So we'll date a girl who's maybe not as pretty, but we're still attracted to her, but we get along with. She's like our best friend. We'll do that. I know men who do that all the time. And I know women, y'all hate this because y'all want us, y'all all want to be in relationships where the man thinks you're the most beautiful thing to ever land on the planet Earth. But that's not true for anybody. Okay, again, so y'all are idealistic, we're realistic, and so it makes more sense for women to approach us. Way more sense. The 50-50 chance we're going to find you guys attractive, and we're not looking for you to be the most attractive girl we've ever been with. Okay? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.